Hello boys and girls, we're going to carry on our journey through the Fairy Stockfish computer on Lichess. And this is interesting. I've tried to kind of look into how it works and you know, where it came about. E4, go E5. I think I remember hearing somewhere that Fairy Stockfish is based on the engine kind of, you know, computer moves combined with some opening book, but also using the player's database, so that if you so that it's more influenced a little bit by what real humans play in those situations. So it plays more like a human than the chess.com bots, which are just sometimes random. Okay, so we've got a 3 knights here, and I don't really know what I do here. I very, very rarely find this. So I'm thinking, can I play f5? Which is my normal response if we get bishop here, pawn here, or even, you know, bishop c4 on move 2. Let's try it. So this is level 2 now. Okay, we've got it accepted. So now, knight's looking at this, it's defended, that's fine. I can push d5 now, grab the centre and have a discovery against that pawn, so why not? There's no risk of the queen coming out. Okay, and that's met with d4, so now I can push e4, which is now my idea. That's the whole point of this gambit in the first place, of giving up the f-pawn now. Now this is on. Now if I take, and then queen comes out, I've got this, and that's okay. I think that's okay. Okay, but now we've got to worry about queen coming out. Good news is, because this pawn is still here, the queen can't come along with another check. But I can't play knight f6 because of this pawn that is in the way. Now, so what do we do? Queen h4 is an idea. Bishop out with a pin is an idea. But if the queen comes out here, I can push g6, they can take. And if I take back, I'll lose my rook. That's the problem. How about h5? That is not an intuitive move for me, but I think it works. h5. So I'm a pawn down, but I have a better centre. Oh, and the fairy is pushing on, trying to defend this. Okay, so I've got queen to there. Making life hard for this bishop. Tell you. If I go there and they take, I can recapture. I'm kind of liking queen there. Knight there is then playable. Let's try that. I'm attacking this pawn, and then that undefends this pawn. Okay. Right, so this is a way to defend that. So obviously this knight is targeting c7 with a fork on king and rook, which we do not like. Queen there defends it, so it can't happen. Bishop here, and we could have knight takes, pawn takes. But that still leaves me with better pawns, and this pawn is vulnerable. Let's try that. Alright, so now I think I can just capture this pawn. But first, we should always ask the question, why did my opponent play that move? And I don't know. Ah, is it to support this? Is it to bring the rook out into the game? Should we kick the knight? No, I'm going to take this pawn, because I want to eliminate this pawn. That would leave me a pawn up. Hello? Queen d4. Okay. c5. It's queen. Obviously the queen's looking at g7. That's the immediate issue. Now I have this. That's a move. That's a move. No, it doesn't, because it drops the d5 pawn. So that doesn't work because queen takes there. I've got knight f6, blocks the queen's attack on there. Knight f6, she can't take here because I capture. It's developing. It defends this pawn, it defends both of these, it controls the centre. What's not to like? Let's do it. Computer plays with a chilling, shark-like, regular kind of tempo here. Right, now I can grab this pawn and go a pawn up, which is not a bad thing. I could play c5 if I wish and kick the queen away, and she can't go there, and she can't go there, and she can't go there, and she can't stay there. And but she could just retreat. She can't go there. She could retreat, or here. Is there any value in that, right? So I also need to be thinking about king safety. Is it bishop takes here? And then long castles? I think it is. I think it is. This is safe. If he takes my bishop on d6, I recapture the pawn, then I'll be castling that way. That's fine. You know, at least I'm developing, look, all my minor pieces, or my remaining minor pieces are out in the board. Queen is out in the board. Okay, now I have to capture here. Does have a check. Okay, you're looking at my pawn, are you? Oh! Oh! You're looking at two pawns. Huh. I did not see that. Alright, so I can defend one with a rook. I can defend that one with a rook. I can defend that one with a bishop, which is an undeveloping move. Don't really like it very much. I could push forwards and counterattack this. I could castle. I'm going to castle. Let white take one of these pawns. Oh, you don't want a pawn. I thought you wanted a pawn. Okay, no worries. b6 defends a pawn. Can't do this, it just takes. That bishop is preventing now this pawn push. What about attacking ideas? This hits the bishop. Yeah. If I do this and the bishop goes here, can't really dislodge it, and I don't have a c pawn to fork. I've got this. Kind of like that. This knight's not doing a bad job though. It's in a reasonable place. Oh, how about queen here? Defends this pawn and hits the rook. What do you think, boys and girls? Then the rook might come here, do you think? Have we gained anything with that exercise? Or knight here first? Knight here first means this bishop has to remain on this diagonal. Now, if I go knight here, because I'm threatening queen takes f2, yeah? So, right, that's two attackers on this pawn, which would be queen and knight, right? Only one defender, which is the bishop. So, the bishop can go here or here, but can't go to these two squares because of pawns. But the bishop can just go here. Then it's looking at the pawn in front of my king, and I can't really dislodge. So I don't see any great value. So let's do this move and attack the rook. Okay, rook defends itself. Now this is defended twice and attacked only once. So okay, bishop g4 hits the rook. Now I'd like to see f3 pushed. That would be great for me. I'll just take it. But what if bishop e2? I'll just take the opportunity to defend this pawn. No reason to give up material. Okay, on. Right, I've just undefended my other pawn, haven't I? What are you like? I have this, which forces a trade of rooks, which I kind of like. Auntie, you muppet. Now, do I do the knight here first? Knight here first. The bishop is the only defender of that. So if I go knight here, bishop's going to have to retreat just there, I think. Okay. No problem. Now what about this? And I'm attacking there. This is, you know, I like... Oh, and you... What the didn't I just hang my rook? I just hung my rook. I seriously just hung my rook. Oh no, but the queen's come over to defend this, so hang on. So if white had taken there, I'd have had this check. Forces the king here. Yeah, it's quite evil. Okay, so the queen's defended that. So I can trade rooks. Bishop must come back. Yeah, I'm just saying it. This does not feel like a computer. I'm a pawn up, and I've got this nice strong centre. That's the key thing. An awkward little fella there. And this bishop is poor. Rook here. Now let's trade rooks. I could bring my rook around. Oh! Oh no, that's just stupid. I have no words for that. I don't know what's going on here. Queen here is mate, isn't it? Oh, man, I don't know. I do not know about that. It felt like the computer there played a great game. I'm going to bring this into the Lichess.com analysis board. So we grab the PNG, load here. We'll do game review. It seemed like the computer played a really solid game and then just completely put its head in the mincer at the end of that. What was that about? Yeah, that was a really, really challenging game. Okay. .36 accuracy. And I made 3 blunders. Oh my lord, there were 9 blunders in that game. Well, there you go. That's the first coffee of the day game, wasn't it? Okay. X on chess.com to flip the board. Two great moves by the fairy, 1 great move by me. I made 8 best moves, he made 3. Okay, well, anyway, let's have a look at this 3 knights idea. Okay, so this is a move. And is that the winnower? This is the winnower defense, yeah. So I very rarely see it. It doesn't like it, the machine doesn't like it. Plus 1.4 already for white. This is best, and that's a mistake. It says bishop c5 immediately. Winnower accepted. Bishop c5, king's bishop out to c5. That's why I tend to think in kind of through audio. So telling myself stuff several times works in my head. So it didn't like that. That's not great. That's best. Okay, that's good. Okay, I could have taken the pawn immediately. Yeah, I know I could, but this comes with tempo. That's a great move, yeah. Best. Should have taken the pawn. Okay. Ooh, and I'm 5 pawns down already, and that's not great. Oh, yeah, you could have taken this pawn as well. Right, anyway, look, that's something I need to look at, but let's look at the best move diff here. Oh, that whole middle game. Blunderfest, horrible. What's this move? Rook takes d1 was a blunder. What? Yeah, queen d1 was a blunder. But rook takes d1 is a blunder. This missed mate in 1. I had mate in 1. Queen takes out. Alright, okay, so the mate was already on. Okay. Well, it's not really a blunder then, is it? Okay. So I checkmated on the next move anyway. Yeah, so not ideal. But I'll tell you what though. Forget the chess.com bots. This fairy thing is, in my view, far more challenging. So what was that game? I mean, it completely shot himself in the head later on with 36 accuracy. I don't know. I mean, I played poorly anyway. But... So I said I think the level 1 bot felt like I was playing like a 1200, something like that. This feels kind of similar. But ridiculous blunders at the end. So I don't know. But I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun. If you just want to train against the computer, I'm preferring, I have to say, sorry chess.com, I love your stuff, but I'm preferring the Lichess Fairy Stockfish at this point in time. Yeah, all curious stuff. But anyway, interesting game. I know I need to look at the winner maybe a little bit more as part of my Freddy Krueger repertoire. But there you go, that's level 2. You know, we got the scalp, but, you know, not one really to be proud of. Anyway, that's it. Guys, thanks for watching. See you later.